food bank. We're delighted that...
How many Argo fans are there right there?
Welcome to your Orangeville. I'm Mayor Rob Adams, and I'm delighted to have you join me. This is a very special year. It's hard not to get excited. This is Orangeville's 150th anniversary celebration. We've had a lot of amazing events happening, and this show I want to talk about two that haven't yet happened. First of all, our Incorporation party, and secondly, our first night celebration. And I'm going to have a number of very special guests on to help us bring those two events to life. But first, I wanted to just take a moment and reflect on some of the amazing things that have happened this year. Our Earth Day tree planting dedication, which was one of the main events that took place, also happened, and our opening of our community garden took place. And here's a picture of our community garden. You can see all the volunteers from the Orangeville Horticultural Society and OSAT and all our community environmental group. As well, you can see the gardener, who's the tall one on the right-hand side. He oversees the garden when no one's around. All kinds of other amazing things happened this year, and one of them was that our historical group here in town put together Footsteps from Our Past, and that's this booklet that you can pick up at Town Hall or at the Tourist Information Center, and it tells a little bit about each of the historical buildings in town, and it has a guided tour as well for things that might be interesting for you and your family. As well, the town put on a juried arts show, and we did a special tree sculpture to commemorate the 150th birthday. Here's actually a picture with Councillor Rose, myself, Lindsay Minkin, and who participated in it along with her dad, Jim Minkin, who's one of our renowned carvers, and he did this carving to celebrate our 150th. As well, we put together a projection show, a video projection show, and this is the actual video. You can buy this by reaching out to the town hall or as well at our Tourist Information Center. Two events that we have coming up are the Town of Orangeville's Incorporation Party on December 22nd, running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the town will have a string quartet performing, and as well you'll be able to see Founders Keepers, which is the Theatre Orangeville production telling the history of the town. Here's a picture of it. Finally, the year-long celebration will end with our first night celebration, which wraps up on New Year's Eve. This event begins at 6 o'clock at Tony Rose and ends with fireworks at 9:30. We'll have indoor skating, swimming, wagon rides, rock climbing, amusements, arcades, face painting, all kinds of other things. And this year we're going to have a special youth dance in the banquet hall with local DJs and much music, video dance party. So once again, those two events are the December 22nd Incorporation Party and our first night celebration on January 31st. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough today, and I want to apologize to the viewers. Thinking back, what have been your special moments on this very special 150th birthday for the town of Orangeville? I think back to the centennial celebrations, and actually that's the year I came into the world, and so this year I celebrate my 50th birthday. But think about the things that have happened this year to you and your family that have made the 150th a very special occasion. Maybe it was an event that took place at the birthday bash or one of the other events that we've mentioned. We've had a very special year here in town, and I'm sure you can really feel the enthusiasm. The spirit of Orangeville's 150th celebration is definitely in the air. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Incorporation Party and the first night celebration, and I have some very special guests. You won't want to miss it. Please stay tuned. We'll be back to your Orangeville in just a few minutes. Welcome back to your Orangeville. I'm Mayor Rob Adams, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how the events take place in our community. And without the commitment of real partners, we couldn't pull off all the events that take place. For example, our birthday bash this year, we had all kinds of sponsors who helped out, corporations that provided funding, and people who volunteered. In many cases, a small service club might only have 12 or 16 members who actually put on the whole event, but they rely on corporate sponsors and others who donate. And joining me tonight is Danny Brackett. He's the president of McMaster Buick GMC, and Danny is one of those people who is very community-minded, and so welcome, Danny. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Well, thank you very much, Rob. It's a real pleasure to have been invited tonight.
Wonderful. And now you've been one of the big sponsors of First Night Celebrations since the very beginning. Tell me why it is that you got involved and what made you decide to sponsor the event.
Well, Rob, I really believe in community spirit is the most important thing, and all of us strive so hard with our families to do the best we can, and a big part of our families is the community we live in. So I've always believed in trying to give back to the community as much as you possibly can and trying to make it a better place. And so when you run a business in a great place like Orangeville, you want to do as much as you can. So when we get the opportunity, you get the calls, if it's something that concerns our local area or something that's going to help the community, I'm always willing to have an open ear and do the best we can to help out.
Well, that's terrific. We're very lucky to have you, Danny. And this year, Danny contacted me with an offer for a community cruiser vehicle to try to promote the events going on, including our birthday bash. And here's a picture of it. This is actually myself with Santa just before the Santa Claus parade got rolling. And tell me about that, Danny. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, you know, when you talk about community, it's so important that people in our community understand, and I know the town and yourself and the councillors and everyone at the town offices have done as much as they can to promote it, but I had this idea that it would be nice to have a billboard for you to be driving around in when you're going to different events and different things, and sort of talking all about the different things and how great it is that it's 150 years here in Orangeville.
Yeah.
And so I decided that would be a good idea, gave you a call, and you decided to go forward with it.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. It's worked out very well, and people certainly will see it and realize there's an event going on, things are happening, and lots of activity, which is terrific. Now, you also get involved in all kinds of other things. You're involved with Headwaters Healthcare. Can you tell us how you got involved, Danny, and what your involvement consists of there?
Well, as I talked to you a little bit about the community, I really believe in giving back as much as you can. And I think I've talked to you many a times, but you know, we're so lucky to live in a community like Orangeville and have the commitment of the community and the people to do all the great things that we do. And the list of things that go on in this community, I think if you've lived here for a long time, maybe you get used to it, but when you've only been here 10 or 15 years, like some of us, you've got to be very, very thankful. Yeah. So I try to give back as much as I can. So I got asked to get involved with the hospital and the foundation, and so I decided to go ahead and do that.
Well, it's very noble of you, and it's wonderful that people like you do that. And in fact, this year, Danny, part of what we've been trying to do as part of the 150th is to recognize people who step up and make a difference in their community. And so you don't know this is coming, but we have sesquicentennial commemorative awards that we give out to people who we think provide outstanding service to the community and building a better community here in Orangeville. And I want to present this sesquicentennial award to you, Danny, for your commitment to the community in so many different ways. You've helped out from the town's first night celebrations and birthday bash and community cruiser. Congratulations to you, and thank you for everything that you do, Danny. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much, Rob. That's a real honor and privilege to be getting that tonight. And you're right, I didn't know that that was happening. So thank you very much.
Well, we're lucky to have you here in Orangeville, and we'll be right back to your Orangeville in just a moment. Welcome back to your Orangeville. I'm Mayor Rob Adams, and with me are the headliners for this year's first night celebrations, none other than our Campfire Poets, and I have Jeff Canlett and Ryan Hancock here. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Excited to have you here, and so you're going to be the main act for the first night celebration, and I couldn't have picked a more popular band. You guys are really big in the town. A lot of people love your music. What kind of music do you play, for anyone who might not have heard you?
Pretty much everything. We try and cover all the bases. Mainly, we do quite a bit of classic rock, but it's also newer stuff. We try and do everything, pop, rock, reggae, country.
So can I shout out songs and you'll just do them?
It's been known to happen. It's been known to happen.
Now maybe you could tell viewers a little bit about the band. How long have you guys been around? When did you get together?
I think it's about 11 years. 10, yeah, just about that, yeah.
We're not keeping track. We've known each other quite a long time, but...
Yeah, Y2K didn't happen, so we started a band. That was pretty much it.
Now, how did we meet? Do you want to tell the viewers a story about how we met?
I'll let you take that one since you did the honors.
No, it wasn't me. It was our bass player, Steve. But we were playing at an establishment, The Edge in Orangeville, and it was our rockabilly version of the band. And it was for the Blues and Jazz Festival. We played the show.
You're right.
Yeah, and the crowd was getting a little rowdy, and the band was getting a little rowdy, and there's Steve on the far end, the biggest guy.
Oh, yeah.
He knocked a wine glass right in your lap, I believe, or your table.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, you guys have been my favorite band ever since.
Get to them in there quick.
There's a great picture of you guys, and you've done a lot of other events. I've seen you at a number of other activities and events, but you also were a tremendous draw at our birthday bash. And this year, the birthday bash was just tremendous success, and you guys were a huge part of that. I think we have a little bit of a video clip we can show that shows you guys. Oh, there's actually a picture. I'm up there with the bad-looking shorts on, and just thanking you guys for performing there. And I think we actually have a clip that we did for the 150th, the video that we did, the movie, and we have a little bit of a clip here. So I'll bring it up right now.
Orangeville, it's Campfire Poets, here to wish you a happy we just want to wish you a happy 150th birthday. That's right.
Welcome back. I'm sorry I have a little bit of a cough today, gentlemen, but well, we're really excited to have you out at the first night celebrations. Tell us a little bit about the kind of stuff people can expect to hear, and the sort of the activity or excitement there at first night.
Well, I mean, we're excited about it. We've played the first night a couple of times over the years. It's a chilly night, but we're gonna keep dancing, keep each other warm, have some fun, keep everybody moving, and we'll have a great night. It'll be a lot of fun.
So you keep the tunes going to keep everyone warm. Yeah,
that's
great.
Yeah, if we stop, it's because we're frozen solid.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you've played in the past, but this will probably be the biggest one because this is a town's 150th, so should be a big celebration. What's it like to be involved in all these things?
Oh, it's been a really good. Well, Orangeville's been really good to us over the last decade, but this year has been especially good. We haven't had to leave town a lot for our work, but. It's been great doing all of the things between all the 150th parties, and we did Rib Fest this year, which was a huge party, and everything, all the events and stuff like that. Just it's been a really good buzz around Orangeville, and everybody's really.
It's been great to be asked too, because we're among many fabulous performers in this town. There's so much talent in Orangeville and in the neighborhood, and for us to be a part of it, it's an honor. It's great.
Yeah, well, I think you guys do a terrific job, and certainly at the birthday bash, you didn't disappoint. There was a huge crowd, and I know you'll be terrific at first night. I had no doubt that you were the right decision for this first night celebration to celebrate the town's 150th. So I'd like to invite everyone out, and when we'll be back in just a moment, we'll have a little bit of a taste of what you guys can do. So we'll be back to your Orangeville in just a moment. Welcome back to your Orangeville. We're talking about two events taking place. The Town of Orangeville's Incorporation Party on December 22nd. If you'd like tickets for Founders Keepers, please reach the theater box office or the town. As well, on first night, we'll have the Campfire Poets, and I've got two of them here. And Jeff and Ryan are going to do a little medley for us. So, gentlemen, take it away.
Chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, pair of jeans that fit just fine, and the radio Well, I was raised up under the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know, sweet tea, pecan pie, and homemade wine with peaches grow. In my house it ain't much to talk about, but it's filled with love that's grown in southern ground, and a little bit of chicken fried, a cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio by like sunlights. See the love in my woman's eyes, felt the touch of a precious child, no mother's love. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright, as it was in the beginning. One love, so shout it big in here. One love, alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
Awesome. You guys are terrific. So that's a little bit of a taste of what people can expect.
A bit of a taste. Bigger,
a little louder.
Yeah.
Bigger, louder. How many guys in the band?
We got 6 guys in the band.
And some rocking guitars and
keyboards, bass, really tall bass player.
Dennis Hahn, Scott Brouillet, Steve Battenchuk,
Sean McMullen, Jeff Canlitz.
No, I'm not going to be there.
And you're Ryan, aren't you?
No, I'm the mayor.
You're the mayor.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing today.
I'd like to play guitar.
I think you should.
You guys let me play there?
I think so. I think you have to play.
Okay, I'll make a commitment to you.
Deal?
If you guys promise not to break any glasses, I will be there and I will play a song.
Perfect.
Okay, terrific. Well, that's great. So that's first night celebration, and that's at Tony Rose, and it starts about 6:30. There are all kinds of activities going on, and you can drop by the town, catch one of these little flyers. Tells you a little bit about the first night celebration, the wagon rides, rock climbing amusements, swimming, skating, all those other kinds of things. There's also a youth dance going on upstairs at Tony Rose, and of course our Campfire Poets are going to be the headliner for our big first night celebration. I'm really excited you guys are going to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to thank you for coming on the show today. And you guys are very talented, and I know people are really going to enjoy the evening. So thanks again for coming out. And Orangeville, we'll look forward to seeing you at our first night celebration on New Year's Eve. All the best.